Hey guys, this is Dr. Samir Islam. I want to thank you for joining me today. And so, what we're going to be talking about today is fatty liver disease. And this is a topic that a lot of people may be wondering about, or you may have heard about, or you may know somebody who actually has fatty liver disease. And so, in these next couple of series, I'm going to talk about what fatty liver is, how do we diagnose it, what are some of the symptoms, and what we can do to treat that in case you have it or you know somebody who has fatty liver disease. So what fatty liver disease basically is, it's a buildup of fat within the liver. Now the problem with fatty liver disease is that it's probably one of the most common reasons to have liver problems in the United States. A lot of people have inflammation of the liver, or the liver enzymes are elevated because of fatty liver disease. And this is due to either weight gain, diet, obesity, or a combination of all three. Now, the problem with fatty liver disease is that there is a risk of developing liver cirrhosis or liver failure, which will lead to the possibility for a liver transplant or getting a brand new liver. There's also risk of developing liver cancer with fatty liver as well. So it's very important to not only diagnose people who have fatty liver disease, but to put them on effective treatment to prevent their liver from going into cirrhosis or end-stage liver disease. So some of the causes for fatty liver disease, obesity by far is the number one cause to develop fatty liver disease. The more obese you are, the more fat you have in your body, and the fat will accumulate within the liver to cause inflammation, scarring, and eventually cirrhosis. But diabetes is also a risk factor for developing fatty liver disease. A lot of people who have diabetes have it because they're obese, and usually when you have diabetes, you can have an associated symptom of fatty liver disease as well. Having high cholesterol or high lipids is a risk factor or a cause for fatty liver disease as well. A lot of people who are on cholesterol medications or who take medications to help lower their cholesterol have associated fatty liver disease with their liver. Medications, unfortunately, are a common cause to develop fat within the liver. Some of the medications that we put people on can cause fat to accumulate within the liver, causing inflammation and scarring to occur. And so beware that there are certain medications out there that can cause fat to accumulate within the liver, causing the cirrhosis over the course of a long term if you have fatty liver disease. And lastly, lack of exercise. Obviously, if you don't exercise, you have the concern about developing developing more and more weight around your body, which in turn can accumulate within fat in the liver, causing fatty liver disease. Now, like I mentioned before, there is a significant risk of cirrhosis or liver failure for people who have fatty liver disease. And what happens is that the fat accumulates within the liver, and slowly over time, that fat can cause chronic inflammation to occur. And that chronic inflammation will lead to scarring in the liver and eventually fibrosis, which is long-term scarring, which will eventually lead to cirrhosis or end-stage liver disease. But also, there's also a risk of developing liver cancer. And typically, this is associated with developing liver cirrhosis. So if you have fat in the liver, causes chronic inflammation, that inflammation in turn can lead you to develop liver cancer. A lot of people who have fatty liver disease also have cardiovascular risk factors as well. So they may have a history of heart failure, having stents, having a heart attack. And these conditions are very commonly associated with having fatty liver disease as well as having heart problems. Like I mentioned before, having type 2 diabetes is a risk factor to developing fatty liver disease. And also, once you have fatty liver disease, there is a risk of developing chronic kidney disease as well, which in turn can lead to end-stage kidney failure or even being on dialysis. So in summary, more and more people are being diagnosed with fatty liver disease, and it's typically due to having problems with obesity, whether it's a lack of exercise or just having obesity or fat cells around your abdomen that can eventually go into the liver to cause inflammation to occur. And some of the risk factors for developing fatty liver disease include things like having associated diabetes, cardiovascular risk factors, or any other conditions that are associated with obesity.